Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. My name is Ana Silva. I am the Business Development Director at the CX Academy. Welcome to your career in an AI world, your Future in CX webinar. Today with me, I am joined by Sophia Smith, our Senior Education Advisor. Hi, Sophia. How are you?
Hi, Anna. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we are also joined today by our guest speaker and also the graduate of our professional diploma in CX course, Susan O'Malley. She is the Director, CX and UX Transformation at Sun Life International. And we are absolutely delighted to have you here, Susan. How are you today?
Good, thanks. I'm delighted to be here too. I feel like I'm now on the other side of the journey. We've come full circle.
So true, so true. And I'm sure your experience and insights are going to help hugely the people that are attending this session today. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this with us. We do appreciate it. Okay.
Happy to help.
So, Sophia, I'm going to pass this on to you and then we can get started and launch a poll. Is that correct?
Yeah, perfect, Anna. So, again, thanks everyone for being here today. Just so we can get a little bit of an understanding exactly why you're here and why you're looking at CX. Why do you want a career in customer experience? Is it maybe because you're looking for promotion or a career progression? Maybe you need a change in your career, cross training or personal development, or maybe you're looking for formal qualification. If you don't mind
Exactly.
answering that, that'd be great for us.
This is great. So we can have a good understanding of the audience and also, the motivation behind attending the session today.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for doing that. I'm going to launch the results here so then Sophia can share them.
perfect. Okay, so 50% of you're all looking for either promotion or career progression, which is great. 25% looking for a career change, 25% are looking for personal, professional development. So yeah, I think we'd be definitely be able to help you with one of them things. So just to go for the agenda for today, we're going to go have a brief introduction of exactly who we are at the CX Academy, so you get an understanding of what we offer. We're going to have a look at what exactly customer experience is. We're going to have see the CX industry overview. We've done a little bit of research on LinkedIn, and is it going to be worth it for you to change your career or get on board with customer experience? We're going to look at customer experience in a business, who CX is for, a breakdown of some customer experience roles, and we're going to definitely be going into CX in an AI world at the minute, which is all up and coming. We've obviously got our guest speaker and diploma graduate Susan here today, and she's going to be telling you all of her insights and share her experience from doing our diploma course and what are the first steps that you can take to do one of our courses. So, just a brief introduction of who we are. We are the CX Academy. We are now in over 100 different countries across the world. All of our courses are all online, they're all self paced. You don't have to attend any lectures or anything like that. You can do it from the luxury of your own home. We have a unique framework, and Anna will take you through the framework later on. And all of our courses are from practitioners, CX advocates around the world who have helped us as well to put our courses together. If you do one of our courses, whether it is the certificate course or whether it's a diploma course, and you have a LinkedIn page as well, you can, of course, add your designation to your LinkedIn page, which a lot of employers and people who are jumping on board CX now do look for this on LinkedIn. So if you do the certificate, it's in the bottom right hand corner there. It's the CXAC accreditation, and for the diploma, it's the CXAD.
And this is great, right, Sophia, because it really shows everyone that they are qualified
Absolutely.
CX
Yeah,
professionals with a globally recognized qualification. So it doesn't matter in which country they are, because everyone will understand that the CXAD is the equivalent to an accreditation in customer experience provided by us. So this is just amazing. And lots of people, they look for this. So they look for the designation, which is the proof and the formal qualification of the training that they have.
exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
So what here at the CX Academy, we have what's called the CX Academy Way. So we believe that customer experience is an essential skill in every organization. It is not a fluffy skill, what a lot of people think it is. CX does really deliver on a return on investment. We have proof of this from people who have done our courses and from statistics that we have done over the years. Everyone in everyone in your industry or organization has a role to play in customer experience. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're in HR, whether you're in customer service, you all have a role to play within the organization. Customer experience is simple to understand, but it is very difficult to deliver. Speaking with a lot of learners and graduates, I do hear this quite a lot, but just by doing one of our courses, you will get the knowledge and the toolkits to be able to deliver customer experience. Technology is great, but the human touch is great too. So obviously now with AI up and coming, everyone is, jumping on board the technology side. But it is great when you're speaking to a company just to get through to a human sometimes who really does understand you. And again, like the next one says, you are the customer. You really do have to put yourself in your customer's shoes. So exactly how you feel. So I know that every time I speak to Electric Island at the minute, which is an electricity company in Ireland here, I seem to get a chat bot, which is quite hard. But I just love getting through to humans so I can actually get my problem solved. CX is new, exciting, and interesting. I think that one speaks for itself. And once you have done one of our courses, you'll become part of the TCXA family. So, what exactly is customer experience? A lot of, like I said, learners and graduates, or not learners who come forward to us, are from a customer service background, and they do think that CX and CS is exactly the same, but it's not. So, customer service is all about the functional size, the reactive size, the emails, the phone calls, the chatbots, everything like that. That is what your customer service side would be. Whereas customer experience is all about every touch point that your customer has within the organization. So it's all about the feelings that they have when they are on a phone call with you, or how their experience is when they've been dealing with you via email, maybe. So that would be the difference for that. So why is customer experience, CX excellence so important? These days, obviously, we have a lot of companies and a lot of products that are very similar. If you take Apple and Android, for instance, they are very similar. But what really does differentiate the Apple and Android for me would be that Apple services have a great customer experience. So every time I'm a big Apple advocate, but every time that I have had any dealings with Apple, whether it is on a chatbot, whether it's getting through to somebody on an email, on a phone call, anything like that, it's always been very, very good and very helpful. Even now they have a new service where you can text from your mobile, and you don't have to keep online or keep waiting for someone to get back to you. They will ping you when they're back in the chat, which saves you time because you don't have to be waiting around for them to get back to you. They just let you know when they're there. In turn, this is going to increase your customer lifetime value, because people are going to be recommending you to family and friends. I know I do all the time about Apple. I recommend all my family Apple products, and it's going to reduce the cost for the company because you're going to be having less complaints, less marketing. So yeah, that is how you can get CX excellence. So this is just a brief industry overview for customer experience at the moment. So we've done a little bit of research on LinkedIn. So CX is one of the fastest growing business disciplines in the world at the moment. Salaries are ranging from 47,000 to 250,000 euros. So if you are in a different part of the world, this may vary. But for obviously in Europe, this is the salaries that we found. Then there are currently 68,000 jobs listed on LinkedIn, and 88% of companies are now prioritizing customer experience, which is massive compared to the previous years. So as I was saying before as well about customer experience in a business, everybody does play a role. As you can see by the graph there, the CX sits at the heart of every organization. So to be able to get your customer experience excellence as well throughout the organization, everybody does have to be playing their part. It doesn't matter whether you're in legal, whether you're in commercial, IT, you all have a role to play to help your organization in getting CX on board. So it really has to be the culture in the business really has to be the center of CX.
And this is really important, Sophia, because this is when we really need to start breaking down those silos and really get everyone together, putting the chair there in the middle of the office for the client and really represent the client.
Yeah,
so it's really
exactly.
important that everyone contributes towards CX.
Exactly.
I think so. I think somewhere along the way I've heard that it's a team sport, right? It's not down to just one person, that everyone across the organization has a responsibility to play in this. And it's a big mindset shift, I think. And it's something that we're moving towards, and it's having an impact.
100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to launch another poll now. Hope everyone doesn't mind. But what department do you currently work in? This will obviously get us a better understanding as well on who we've got on the webinar today and how we can help you more. So maybe you're in a customer service background, maybe you're in a marketing role at the moment, HR, sales, operations, IT. If it's not listed on there, then you can just pick other. That'd be great. Thank you so much.
And drop on the chat box there exactly which one is it, so we know. And this is really relevant because sometimes we do have people attending the webinars from HR, for example, and people might think, oh, we don't need CX in HR, and they do need. And I will talk about that shortly, why they need. Thank you so much for participating on that. I will be sharing the results shortly so Sophia can reveal them. Okay.
So 33% are in customer service, which I would expect that. Nobody here from marketing or HR or IT. 25% from sales, 8% from operations, 33% other. Okay, so if you are other, then yeah, put it in the chat box so we know. But yeah, that's great.
And we have already, oh, product, yes, correct. We will add that one on the list. Thank you so much, Agni. That's great. And self-employed, yes, true. Very important as well. That's great, thank you. Okay, thank you so much, Sophia, for your help. So who is customer experience for? So as Sophia mentioned, it needs to be rooted in a company's culture. So every department needs to play a role. And it's really important because this is quite a lonely job. And that's why we were talking about breaking down those silos, because if everyone helps, then whoever is on customer experience doesn't feel lonely performing this role. Of course, different departments need different levels of CX knowledge, and we do understand that. That's why I was talking about the HR. The HR department need to know how to recruit people. They need to know who is going to be able to deliver CX excellence. And they also need to understand how employee experience drives customer experience. That's why we speak so much about our CX Academy framework, because with our framework, you can apply it at B2C, B2B, and also at an employee experience level. So it's applicable to everything. And we know that if employees are happy, if staff is happy, customers will be happy too. So this is really relevant that we don't forget about our staff. So that's why HR also needs to be trained on CX and EX in this case. Same as the UX and UI department. So we have a lot of people coming from marketing roles nowadays. They do have all the knowledge about user experience. And they also want to know all about customer experience. Because UX and CX, when you put the two of them together, the package is just the perfect combination. It's really important that you understand the whole picture, the customer experience, because one is not going to work without the other. Both need to be aligned. So that's why it's so relevant to have everyone delivering CX and not just the CX department. Even because there are some companies who do not have a CX department and they still need to deliver good CX. Now, if you are here, for example, to get a career promotion, career change, if you want to become a CX director, I want to talk a bit about this because it's so exciting. It's a very exciting role. It's multitasking, yes, a lot of responsibility, but really, really important. The CX director is responsible for creating, managing, and executing the CX strategy across all the channels, stages, and touch points. If you become a CX director, you will represent the customer every time you speak about something the customer needs to be in your heart. You need to measure the key customer metrics and identify retention risks. This is really, really important. So check what is going super well and check what are the pain points and what needs to be improved. You need to turn customer feedback into action. Voice of the customer at the boardroom, making sure you are using the surveys, the voice of the customer survey, and really understand what is the customer saying, what can be improved, and bring customer passion to the business. That's why we say that this role really needs to come with a high emotional intelligence. The person needs to be customer feedback driven, really, up to speed with everything and really eager to know more and to do more, okay, to really go extra mile. Now, what are the current challenges in your work? What would you say that if I could change something, I would change this? Or this is what I'm struggling the most with. And if I could ask help, I would ask help with this specific part that I'm struggling. For example, it is designing a CX strategy. It is maybe getting your CEO buy-in. Maybe they are not listening to you. You need to get their approval for CX. Maybe it's refining customer journey mappings. Maybe it's to create one. Maybe you don't have a customer journey mapping. Maybe it's to identify personas. You don't have them and you need to understand who are your personas. Or maybe it's just a team communication and the language, because sometimes if we are working for big companies, it's really hard to communicate between different departments. So what is your biggest challenge right now? And by understanding the challenge, then we can better support you with that. Thank you so much for participating. Okay, and let's share the results. Okay, designing a CX strategy. So this is 33% of people said designing a CX strategy, and this is very difficult. So I totally understand you. It's super difficult to understand how to create a CX strategy and go about that. Sometimes there are already existing CX strategies in the business, but they might need to be refreshed. They might need to be tweaked. So I guess where you are coming from. If it's to do customer journey mapping and personas, we have 22% of people saying that, yes, they do need help with this. And then we have 44% of people saying other. Sophia, do we have the information there of what is the other?
So let me just check. Embedding CX within the change process and not being seen as another blocker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And thank you so much, Jonathan, for that. That is really, really relevant. And then regulatory framework. Oh, yes, excessive regulatory framework. Yeah, yeah, I get it. It is harsh, and that's why we are here to support you as best as we can. And I'm sure Susan is going also to give you some insights on how to overcome some of these challenges as well, based on her experience. And before we go into these challenges, which we will tackle in a few minutes, I just want to give you a very good indication of how it's like CX in an AI world. We know that AI is here and we just need to accept it. And as Sophia mentioned, technology is great, AI is great, but it's not here to replace us. It's here to help us, to support us. I like to see these as we are the pilots and AI is the co-pilot. So AI is there to help us. That plane will be taken like by a pilot, and the co-pilot is AI there for you. So we need to have the perfect balance between technology, AI, and the human touch, as Sophia said. It's very important that we don't forget about feelings, about emotions, and only the human beings can do that. So AI is all about the functional tasks, okay, all about the systems and the automation and how to become more efficient and how to have things done quickly. Don't forget that automation is rising. We know there is a huge opportunity of AI, but the most important thing is that we don't forget that we need to train ourselves, upskill ourselves, make sure our staff is trained and is upskilled and can stand out with all the training and add value to what AI can do. So if you are trained in CX and you have the necessary skills and tools and knowledge, you will be 10 times ahead of AI. You will be with a better career security, growth, and salary. And AI cannot replace you because you will have what AI cannot give, which is the human, the emotions, the feelings. Okay. So think about, we are here to make sure that we don't forget to upskill ourselves and to train ourselves to better deliver CX. AI is supporting you, is giving you extra time because you can automate some of your tasks, you can use it as the functional aspect, but it's not going to replace you. But the only way to do not let that happen and to future-proof your career is to making sure that you are training yourself, upskilling yourself, having a professional qualification, having a formal qualification that can really add value and make you stand out. Now, and this is the perfect timing to bring Susan in and really ask her help, because Susan, she did our professional diploma in customer experience course. And I'm sure, Susan, you would feel very different after taking the course and before you take the course. Is that correct? And welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, I guess for me, the biggest thing with the course is it for me gave me a lot of confidence and, you know, nearly like a path or methodology to approach my role. I suppose just to introduce myself, I'm working in customer and user experience, mostly customer experience area for the last 5 years, but I sat in like someone else here in the product area with a background in IT. So it's my main area was focused on, you know, customer journey maps, finding pain points, and then coming up with solutions to solve those. And then I moved into more of a strategic director role. And like many of us, right, CX is I would say it's like a new discipline. It's a new career path. And so I didn't have someone to hand over, like, here's what you do as a CX director. It was a brand new role in the organization, and thankfully the organization is good at recognizing, you know, the importance of it. So for me, I really wanted something that would help me make sure that we're looking at, you know, what's the right thing to do, what's the best approach. And, you know, we live in a very fast-paced, changing pace environment. Things are constantly changing. You know, from an experience perspective, we're competing with not only our competitors, but with, you know, the last experience a person had with their, you know, their online shopping or whatever the case may be, or the last time they were in a service station. So everything impacts us. So we need to be aware of what's going on across the board in all industries. So I suppose when I was doing some research, I wanted a course that could help me, you know, I suppose one of the things that attracted me was that it's got, you know, CX framework has a real simple language that makes it easy to communicate, you know, what it is across the organization. You know, it gives you strategy in terms of like how to do from a high level, like how to get leadership buy-in, what metrics to be looking at, but then more from a tactical level, how to do a customer journey map, how to do research pain points. And then for me, the biggest thing is how to turn those insights into actionable events that will actually change and bring real good value to the organization and have a big impact on client experience. So I think for me, the course helped me to do all that. It put that kind of puzzle together, and it was nearly like a path for me to follow, a step-by-step path for me to follow over the last year or so. So it's been really helpful, I think. I suppose the other thing as well is that there's, like these webinars, there's been plenty of webinars throughout the year, and they give you that kind of current industry, and you feel part of a sense of a community, you know, what are other people doing in the CX space and the benefits and how they're changing, and you can bring those learnings then into your own organizations.
And that's great, yes. And this is one of the things that many of our learners and graduates mention is the power of the community. And really,
yes.
It's not just an online course that you do, is like the fact that you can interact with other people. Like we do have regular masterclasses, webinars, and we make sure that if there is any issue or any guidance that is needed, we can always put the course director jumping on a Zoom call and giving more support and value. So people don't feel alone just because it's an online and self-paced course. So that's absolutely correct. And Susan, you touched a point very important there, which is it gave you the necessary tools and skills to create a CX strategy. And this is one of the things that people were mentioning here that they were struggling with, like, how can I design a CX strategy? How can I have a template to design customer journey mapping? And we do give all those tools and templates with the course so they can download and get something, and they can use that as a starting point. So they don't have to start anything from scratch. We do give all that material. So it really helps to put all those pieces of the puzzle, as you say, together, and that makes sense. And they can bring those actions immediately in their organization. So it's proving value from day one, not just when they finish the course. Is that correct?
Exactly, yeah. And I would recommend, if you do go ahead with the course, to pick problems in your organization that you need to solve for, or and use real life examples and go through it, because you're getting help from the team in terms of like they're reviewing your you're handing in assignments. You can get feedback on it. Are you on the right track, or where the gaps are and things like that. And you do get good feedback on your assignments. So I think that's powerful as well, to have someone, a third party, or to look at something and give fresh perspective as well. So I think going through those exercises, doing your client journey maps, building out your kind of personas, I think is really helpful. And to have someone come in and go, yeah, you're on the right track, or no, and this needs a little bit of work. It's actually really helpful. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Is there any specific example or outcome or really thing that you would like to share with the audience, like an actual improvement or something that you felt, oh, this really helped me to get CEO buy-in, or to kind of feel supported delivering CX excellence? Anything that you would like that is relevant for the audience to get to know?
So I think just for me, myself as a CX practitioner, I think it helps you. One big lesson for me is to help shift the mindset away from, you talked about this at the start, right? Customer service to the emotional customer experience. And how important that is, and kind of getting that message across. Like we're all kind of CX, evangelists, if you like, and we're advocating for the customers constantly. And so to be able to like communicate that message across the organization, across all of the different teams. We've got front-facing teams who are always dealing with customers who are really good at that, but maybe there's customers behind the scenes, right, that maybe not be aware of their impact on the customer. So I think having that language, that simplified language, helps to change everyone's mindset. And I think for us, we're now grounding our I suppose our roadmap of change in actual facts. So we're doing the research, we're getting the metrics, we're understanding what the pain points are, and then we're turning those into actionable insights. And that's going to be feeding the work that we do over the next couple of years. And I think that's really powerful, right? Because we're solving the right problems, the problems that our customers want us to solve, and not just what we think wants to be solved, or not just who has the loudest voice. So I think having that will really help in terms of transformation in the future. I think for anyone attending the course, they'll have that knowledge as well, and that empowerment to do that and how to do that. I think it's really important.
Yeah, true. Do you feel that what I have added in terms of AI, it's enough, or would you add anything else to the AI part? Did you feel like the AI in your business, as soon as it hit everyone here?
So the AI one is interesting, right? Because everyone kind of panics when you hear AI, and you're like, oh God, we have to do AI right now, right? But if you just go ahead with that, you're just doing AI for the sake of it. But I think you have to really step back, as looking at the strategy and go, what are the problems that we need to solve? Like, what's really impacting our customers? And then use AI as a tool to help solve those problems. And I suppose AI opens up a whole world of opportunities that we might not have had in the past, so that we can solve those problems in a different way now, in a faster way, and implement them faster. So I think that's the benefit of AI. So rather than saying, putting AI first, you look at AI as a tool or a solution to help you to get the best customer experience. And I think as well, we touched on, the importance of the human touch. And I think we can look at putting AI in as doing the basics, right? Doing the day-to-day work, the kind of foundational stuff, the little things, you're getting rid of a lot of data entry and all the kind of boring stuff, if you like. And then you're freeing up these people to have, to bring the human element, the meaningful conversations, the interaction, you're building those emotional bonds. And I think that's really important, that you use AI to do the basics, and you bring people forward to build the relationships and create those connections.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. That's perfect. Thank you so much, Susan. Okay, so let me bring back our presentation here so we can continue here. So, based on this, we obviously have two courses most popular available at the CX Academy. The one that we have been talking about that Susan took with us is the Professional Diploma in CX, and then we have the Professional Certification. The main difference between the two of them is obviously the time, commitment, and the qualification. So the Professional Diploma is the advanced level. It's about 40 hours of online learning. You can go as fast as you want. It's university accredited. So this means that Glasgow Caledonian University in the UK is accrediting this course and is validating this course. It will give you to build your CX strategy by doing all the assignments. So the assignments are not the scary part. Susan might say it's true. They are the practical aspect of the course. So this is the tool that is going to help you to really create, the CX strategy that you need. And as Susan mentioned, you will have guidance from our course director at all the time. So you know exactly how you are performing, what needs to be improved. So we are here to support you around this journey. The professional certificate is the foundation level, so it's a shorter version program. It's great as well. It's about 12 to 15 hours of online learning. You can go as fast as you want, and it's accredited by our Industry Advisory Council. So it all depends on what level you are in your career. Are you in a more junior role? If you are in a more junior role and you don't know what is customer experience, you just got started, I would suggest the professional certificate, and then you can move on to the diploma. If on the other side you are already in a more advanced role, you are in a leadership role, management role, or you have many years of experience in customer service or customer experience, then I would suggest you jump straight away into the diploma course. And it all depends, of course, if you have the time and the commitment for it. But we are very flexible. So the professional diploma, we open the course for 6 months, and the professional certificate for 3 months. You can finish quickly or you can take more time. We are here for you. We do have a very special offering this month. Myself and Sophia, we can get back to you after the session with special pricing. And we will say a big thank you for attending the session. So you will get a special pricing on the courses if you decide to enroll. And the great news as well is that if you decide to jump straight away on the diploma, we will offer you, and this is limited time only, we will offer you for free the AI course, the AI for CX course. So this is a big bonus in case you wish to enroll on the diploma. Some people ask us, how can I get my employer to help me and fund the course, or to sponsor the course for me, to get budget approval from my company to do the course with you? It's very important that you convince your boss that CX will really deliver return on investment and it will increase the revenue. You can present these stats. So it really increases CSAT by 25%, reduces churn by 10%, differentiates your company, improves employee happiness because they are investing on you, so you will be super happy with that. It will reduce the cost to serve, and it will definitely increase the profit. So this is based on our graduate testimonials. Susan, do you agree with these stats?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I read recently about a Capgemini report that said that like the top insurance companies in the world that have focused on CX as a strategy have a much higher NPS score. I think it's about like 38% higher, and reduced costs from across the board as well. So I think it's there's some powerful evidence out there to show the benefits of it.
That's great, thank you. So yeah, so this is just a help in case you wish to convince your boss. From our side, we just now go to a Q&A and answering all the questions you might have for us. But we do appreciate you taking your time to be here, and we hope this session was informative and you are a bit more clarified on all aspects of CX related. Sophia, do we have any questions there, please?
So somebody has actually asked about the assessments in the courses. So the assessments are all online and multiple choice as well. So you don't have to worry about doing like a whole exam or anything like that. They are very straightforward, very easy. We haven't had anybody fail any of the course assessments yet, so I wouldn't worry too much about that.
That's great. Yeah. And also it's just multiple choice questions. So it's really fun and practical because they just have to select the correct answer. So that's great. And we do have another question there. What would you say are the biggest differences in the role of customer service, customer success, and CX? Susan, do you want to answer this one, please?
So what are the biggest
What
differences in the
what
role
would
of
you say
customer
that is the biggest
services,
difference?
customer
Yeah.
success, and CX? That's a great question. I think customer service is a little bit tactical, right? Here's the things that we need to do, and here's how we do it, and here's who does it. I think when we talk about customer success and the client experience, those two are really tied together, and it's really about it comes back to emotions and feelings, right? How do the customers feel after they've interacted with the customer service? Like, was it a good experience or not? And I think, how do we empower and help customer service to go above and beyond, or do the things that need to do to make it a great experience? So it's kind of like it's really an emotional thing. And how do we create that, like have that people come out happy, feeling good, and feeling trusting and have a great experience as they go through the customer service journey. If that makes sense.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I hope this answered your questions. If you have any other questions, please feel free to drop myself and Sophia an email after this session, and we will be happy to help you. We will be also sharing the webinar recording with everyone and the special offering, and we hope to see you again in the future. From my side, thank you so much, Susan, for taking the time to be here with us today. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for that.
Thanks for having me. Great conversation.
And thank you so much, Sophia, for your help. It was
Thanks,
great.
Anna.
And
Thank you.
we will be sharing the presentation. Yes, Julia, we will be sharing the presentation after this session. So we will be sending the recording with the presentation. And if there is anything else that you need, feel free to drop us a note. And I just want to wish everyone a great day, and thank you so much for everything.